In every corner of our world, there are places where time stands still, where the echoes of tragedy haunt the air and the darkness whispers of the past. These are the sites where the line between life and death blurs. A place where the forgotten are never truly gone. Tonight, we delve deeper into the dark. Welcome back to Dark Corridor. The Catacombs of Paris, France. Beneath the City of Light lies a labyrinth of bones. The Catacombs of Paris. Once an ancient quarry, now a final resting place for millions, these dark tunnels pulse with death. The air is thick with decay, and the walls are adorned with the skulls and femurs of those long forgotten. Visitors report a sense of being watched, whispers in the shadows, and an oppressive weight in the air. Some say the souls of the departed still wander these cryptic halls, looking for their own final peace or seeking revenge. Leap Castle, Offaly, Ireland. Perched on a lonely hill in the Irish countryside, Leap Castle looks like something from a grim fairy tale. But its past? It's soaked in violence, betrayal, and blood magic. Built in the 13th century, this fortress has seen centuries of conflict. Family feuds turned fatal, power struggles that ended in murder. One of its most infamous legends? The Bloody Chapel. A priest was brutally slain by his own brother during Mass, falling on the altar, blood soaking the stone. His robed spirit still drifts through the chapel, and the room turns freezing cold, even in summer. The darkest part? A secret dungeon, an oubliette, hidden beneath floorboards, filled with impaled human bones. Then, there's the Elemental, a hunched, shadow-cloaked entity with the stench of decay. It doesn't whisper. It stares, paralyzes, follows. Doors slam. Faces appear in mirrors. Voices echo in your head. At Leap Castle, history doesn't rest. It screams. Emily's Bridge, Stowe, Vermont, USA. In the woods of Vermont, there's an old covered bridge, wooden, weathered, and cursed. Emily's Bridge. Legend says Emily waited here for her lover to elope, but he never came. Heartbroken, she ended her life, either by hanging or jumping into the rocks below. And she never truly left. At night, cars are scratched, doors slam, and screams echo in the dark. Walk the bridge alone, and you might hear sobbing, or feel invisible hands on your shoulders. Some see a woman in white at the edge, her eyes empty. Stop at the center, and you'll hear her whisper. Akershus Fortress, Oslo, Norway. In Oslo stands Akershus Fortress, a medieval stronghold soaked in history and shadows. Built in the 13th century, it has seen kings, queens, and countless deaths. Among its spirits is a young woman executed by her father. Her cries of despair echoing still. Visitors report footsteps in empty corridors and a soldier's ghost wandering the ramparts, eyes hollow, armor rusted by time. The air is heavy, the silence uneasy. Akershus is more than a monument. It's a mausoleum of memories that refuse to fade. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. In Junee, Australia, the Monte Cristo Homestead stands like a relic frozen in time. Built in the late 1800s, it has a past marred by violence, a maid pushed to her death, a stable boy burned alive, and a mentally ill man locked away for decades. Ghostly figures are seen peering from windows, objects move on their own, and icy hands touch visitors in the night. The house is silent, but it listens. Every creak is a whisper. Every shadow has a story. The spirits here don't rest, they remain, waiting. Qasr al-Farid, Al-Ula, Saudi Arabia. In the silent sands of Al-Ula, carved into the rose-colored cliffs, stands Qasr al-Farid, the lonely castle. But it's not a castle, and it's never been a home. This ancient Nabatean tomb rises from the earth like a monument to forgotten souls, untouched by time, but not untouched by fear. Locals whisper that the tomb is cursed, a place where spirits linger, unable to rest. Visitors report an eerie stillness, as if the wind itself holds its breath around its stone walls. Some claim to hear whispers echoing from the hollow chambers inside, voices in an ancient tongue. Others speak of shadowy figures seen at dusk, standing motionless by the tomb's entrance before vanishing into the desert night. Once a grand statement of power and pride, now it's a monument to isolation, and something far more chilling. They say no birds fly over Qasr al-Farid, and if you stay too long, the silence starts to talk back. Chichen Itza, Mexico. Deep in the Yucatan jungle, Chichen Itza rises from the earth, a sacred site of the ancient Maya. Beneath its beauty lies blood. Ritual sacrifices, offered to gods, once echoed through its stone corridors. Some say the souls of the sacrificed still walk the ruins. At night, shadows shift, drums pound, and ghostly chants linger in the air. The past isn't buried here. It's alive. The priests may be gone, but their rituals remain. Hellfire Club, Dublin, Ireland. In the Dublin Mountains, the Hellfire Club stands as a ruin of sin and secrecy. Built in the 18th century, it became the meeting place of aristocrats indulging in occult rituals and blasphemous feasts. One tale tells of a stranger joining a game of cards, only for his cloven hoof to be revealed beneath the table. Today, visitors report hearing laughter in the ruins, smelling sulfur, and feeling watched by unseen eyes. Even in ruin, the Hellfire Club still breathes, and it burns. St. Augustine Lighthouse, Florida, USA. Rising above the Florida coast, the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Augustine Lighthouse stands as both beacon and tomb. Built in the 1800s, it saw tragedy. A girl drowned during construction, a keeper fell to his death, and others followed. Visitors hear children's laughter echoing in the spiral stairwell, see shadows flitting across the landings, and feel hands touch them on empty steps. The girl, in a blue dress, is still seen playing near the tower. They say the light guides ships and spirits. Houska Castle, Czech Republic. Houska Castle was never meant to keep things out, but to keep something in. Built over a gaping hole said to lead to hell, the Czech fortress is one of Europe's strangest. Legends speak of winged beasts and half-human creatures crawling from the pit. Nazis occupied it for occult experiments. Today, visitors hear whispers in the chapel, see shadows with glowing eyes, and feel dread pressing on their chest. Houska wasn't a home, it was a seal, and some believe it's cracking. As you've seen, the world is full of places that refuse to forget, and spirits that refuse to move on. Would you dare visit any of these haunted locations? Or perhaps you've already encountered the darkness? Share your own experiences in the comments below, and if you seek more chilling stories that blur the line between life and death, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. The shadows are always watching. Don't let them catch you.